It's Bourbon Night Live. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Sarah.
Welcome in, everyone. I just want to be transparent here.
You gonna be honest with us?
Yeah, that we just filmed an uncorking. And
Yes, you will see these outfits again soon.
And man, I feel like we watched the morning show. We finally watched that not too long ago, and I kind of feel like it was like everyone. Although we don't
30
have
seconds,
we don't have
places.
that person stage manager, but like
It's in your head.
30 seconds, and man, brought this equipment up here, set it up.
I think that was a record for our fastest setup.
Man, yeah.
So it's okay. Take a breath. You're good.
Hi.
We are being a little ambitious this week. I won't spoil any surprises for you, but we were trying to do a lot of things.
Yes.
So you'll see.
You'll see.
You shall see.
You shall see.
But yeah, hi, welcome, happy Sunday, last Sunday of August.
Mm-hmm.
September will be another month, and it's going to be a better month, right? It has to be a better month because it's Bourbon Heritage Month.
Bourbon Heritage Month, everybody.
Starts on Tuesday. How exciting! I'm thrilled. Seal clap. But, well, okay. I'm looking over there, and you were quite crowded by some sample shout-outs and what's news. So I think that we should just go ahead and let them know what we're doing tonight. What are we doing tonight?
Sure. It's all the new benchmark stuff, and I have to thank Perry.
Pear Bear. This is my bourbon podcast.
Yes, and also the Brennickys, because I think they shared some stuff with Perry, if I'm remembering correctly, and then he shared it. Pay it forward,
wow,
right?
What a nice pay it forward thing.
Yeah. So thanks to Perry. If you don't listen to his podcast, check him out. As you said,
do that.
This is my bourbon podcast.
Yeah.
And Swan, Perry and Swan, and just kind of looking at the chat, seeing who is here, and it's
a lot of people are here.
A lot of people.
230 something are here.
Yeah.
So in
Very
order
nice.
to entertain them, I feel like, okay, you're not going to like this.
Okay.
But while we go through what's news and sample shout-outs.
Yes.
And again, if you don't want to hear all this stuff, after the episode, probably tomorrow morning, Chad will do the chapter notes in the, scrolly scrub bar line, whatever you call that.
Scrub bar line.
The scrolly scrub bar line.
That's what it's called.
And you can skip ahead to see us taste all the things if you don't want to listen to all this. But you're here right now, and you kind of do. So while we do that, I think that we need to set
the benchmark.
For these other expressions,
Yes.
these new expressions with what used to be the OG punishment shot. When we would play ping pong, that sounded really bad.
It did.
Right?
It did. Oh, we found things worse. But back in the day, we were like, we're not really big fans of benchmark.
In the beginning, it was benchmark.
Yeah. So
We were like, ugh, we're new at this, and ugh. It just, I think even then we were such snobs. All right, hold on.
Okay, so first of all, it's
From Buffalo Trace.
McAfee's? I mean, it's not Mac. It's
McAfee's.
McCafe.
I'm just kidding.
McCafe. It's from McDonald's. I don't know. I never say that part. That's like the first time I've ever said it out loud. But it's that benchmark.
It's not Mac. It's Mick.
It's Mick, but then there's a
McAfee's.
A-F-E.
I think it's McAfee's.
McAfee's.
Anyways.
Benchmark. Old number 8. It's not like it's 8 years. It's actually 36 months.
Oh, that's a lot.
Oh, yeah. Is it their answer to Jack Daniels? Old number 7?
We don't know. Oh.
Probably.
I've never thought about that before. Okay, so again, we're going to sip this for a minute just to remind ourselves, ground ourselves before we move on to the ones that you are behind us. So we've got the top floor, the small batch, the single barrel, I forget the names, the bonded, and then the full proof.
Yes.
So we shall see.
Now, we haven't seen these in our area yet.
Not at all.
So this is cool. But the specs on this one, at least 36 months old.
At least.
80
Woo.
proof. I know people say this is a great, entry point to Buffalo Trace. I would say H&H. I would rather go H&H, even on the 80 proof.
I'm not above H&H.
No. 90 proof H&H is
90 proof
solid.
H&H.
Same age as this guy.
I will let you know, this is a lot of corn.
Yeah.
This is corn syrup.
Yep.
Corn flakes.
Mm-hmm.
All the corn. Okay, so we'll get into this. Do you want to start?
Yes, let's
Start
do
us
that. I had great opportunity to briefly meet and hang out with a couple patrons this last weekend. It was Dawn and Jen. It was actually Jen's birthday.
Happy birthday, Jen.
They smartly went to OBC Kitchen.
As you do.
For some dinner. And while I was there, so graciously... Get this out.
Don't you clutter our frame.
So graciously gifted.
Look at
this. It's not like it's a 21 or the 25, but come on. This is just a really old label, Rittenhouse Rye 100 proof.
Beautiful.
It's such a thing of beauty. Heaven Hill.
Love it.
Bottled in bond. This is like the younger brother of Pikesville Rye. And
which you know how we feel about that.
It's just a great bottle. And plus this old...
But wait, there's more.
Jim Beam single barrel that was bottled in 2014.
Wow.
Plus some samples, even to some White Dog. Or actually, I think one of these, I think it said aged for like 24 hours in a barrel.
Intriguing.
Yeah. Aged in house for 24 hours in an oak barrel. I mean, why even go to the trouble of putting it in a barrel?
Maybe they just have to do it to hold it before it goes poop. I don't know. To transport it?
I mean, this is a bourbon.
Technically.
I guess they just want to call it a bourbon.
There you go.
They call it white whiskey, but as long as everything else... Oh, no. Okay, it's a 75% rye mash bill, so you can't call that a bourbon.
You can't call that a bourbon.
But if it were at least 51%, you could call this a bourbon.
You could.
With it looking this color, you could call it a bourbon. So yeah, and there's a print out here, but it's some regional things, some things that we would probably never have a chance. We have some Mason-Dixon distilling, some McClintock distilling.
Like John Wayne, right?
Yeah. But then we got some Woodford Reserve. We have a store pick and Twin Valley Distillers. So some really cool.
A lot of stuff we haven't had before.
Yeah.
So very cool.
So thank you guys
for
that.
Migrate these things out.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, I'll go ahead and give Scott, well, that made a noise. Scott a cheers. Every time Chad says benchmark, everyone drinks.
Recommended that you have something besides benchmark.
My bad.
Maybe.
My glass collided again with the, This is not as bad as I remember it. I'm not going to lie to you. It's very, very corn heavy, and it's harsher, definitely way harsher than I would prefer. But I've had worse.
Honestly, it's more grain forward than I remember. I just remember it, and again, this is what happens when you grow up and you develop your palate and all that.
You drink.
I remember it just being like, oh, yucky.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh, it's really young corn. 36 months. Also the proof, 80 proof isn't really helping it, but
right.
It is what it is.
Next. Yeah, that one.
This is on loan from...
On loan. Does not belong to us.
The Museum of Woodrew. We are going to be uncorking this Weller single barrel. Then it goes back into the possession.
It goes back home. Back to the museum. It's only on loan.
Of Drew Bolin. But thanks...
It's like in Pretty Woman when she gets to wear the necklace, but only for one night.
For the curator of the Drew Bolin Museum for letting us uncork this. Maybe for Bourbon Heritage Month. I don't know.
Oh, that's a good idea. I do feel like...
Well, we got to get back to Drew, so...
Yeah. I feel like we have so many Buffalo Trace things to do in September. It's almost going to seem like Buffalo Trace month, but that's not intentional. No. It's just the way things ended up shaking out. Also...
This is ours, though.
A Weller Antique,
yeah. It's not every day you get a chance to buy one of these at retail. Didn't realize, though, the retail is now up to $49.99.
Yeah, it used to be, what, for
22?
that one? 22? I thought it was like 30, but I think you might be right.
Where are the Booker's people at? Where you at, Booker's people?
People won't get mad about that because they're still paying. I saw a picture of one on the shelf.
Booker's again.
I saw...
They sound like Nixon for some reason.
I don't know why. I saw a picture this morning of Weller Special Reserve on the shelf, lined up. This one was there, too. This one, I think, was $750. This one was $150. Weller Special Reserve was $99. And then you can fill in the gaps in between. Foolproof was $900, I think, in the picture that I saw. And I would love to credit the person whose picture this was, but now I can't remember. It was on Instagram.
Yeah, that's just extra ridiculous.
So, but I'm just saying, someone will buy it.
Yes.
And you are like a little cranky about it being 42. What'd you say?
$49.99.
$49.99.
$50.
Which is double what it used to be.
Yes, it's more than double what it used to be. And officially...
Chad's like, Booker's. Booker's haters, where you at?
I'll never buy a Booker's. I am not a Booker's.
I really don't like that at all.
Crook. I don't know why they sound like Nixon. But
like I really don't like it. I really don't.
Booker's hasn't officially doubled in price. You know, everyone said it was going to go 100. It never did. Not by the distillery standard anyway. What your store is marking it at. Is charging is up
yeah,
to them.
we have
Much
the
like,
inside scoop that's not the case, right?
Yeah, more on that some other
one
time.
Day. Parker says, first super chat and new to the It's Bourbon Night Nation. I like that. Enjoying the live with some Stag Junior Batch 14.
Bam.
Have y'all been able to grab a bottle yet? Interesting that you ask about that, Parker. It's over here on What's New. This is batch 14, right?
I believe so. This is the
130.2.
The 130.2. I haven't pulled up my spreadsheet, but I think it's 14.
I think you said it's 14 when you came in with it.
Again, thank you to Woodrow Bolin. Found this in his area, and we had an opportunity, and I was like 5 minutes late at a store to get it, so we weren't able to find one around these parts, but thank you to Drew. We do have it. Buffalo Trace, so we might as well just open it in September.
I guess we will. And Mr. Sharkbite6415 says, every time the like button gets broken is a big chug. That's cool. I think that means just hit the like button, which I support. All right, Chad, we've been doing What's News and sample shoutouts for the past 12 minutes. Let's keep it under 15 and go ahead and finish these up.
So this is the Maker's 46th cask strength. So this is 109.6, limited edition Maker's Mark 46.
I just did the thing where I'm like, all right, let's finish this before the next thing, forgetting what was in my glass.
But it's not from Buffalo Trace, so I don't know if we can open it.
I regret that.
And lastly,
it's not what I wanted.
Little book, chapter 4. What's it called? Tradition something or other. Nope. Lessons honored.
Close though, Chad.
Chapter
Close.
4, tradition something, comma, lessons honored.
Something about family and tradition.
It was a shot in the dark. I had a good.
You tried. You tried. Okay. So we can agree. I had been taking small sips. And then I did that, and it was unpleasant. I didn't like it. So next, we'll move on to Top Floor.
Top Floor.
This is 86 proof, whereas this was also 86, right?
No, 80.
80.
Yeah.
You said that, right?
Were you not paying attention?
I wasn't. Well, you kept trying to pronounce that name, and I couldn't remember. Okay, so 86 proof, a little higher. Top Floor, I'm assuming that means. It says, Top Floor. Bourbon that matures on the top warehouse floors tends to age faster as heat rises. This Top Floor Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey is smooth and well-rounded to be enjoyed straight with ice or in your favorite cocktail. Cool. And there's a little bit of history about the McAfee brothers? Yeah. Okay. Well, those brothers in 1773 named James, George, and Robert left Virginia westward to explore the uncharted territory that would be later known as Kentucky.
Ah.
Traveling by canoe at first, the company eventually followed a native trail overland that led to the Great Buffalo Crossing, where the brothers surveyed the land now home to the world's most award-winning distillery, Buffalo Trace Distillery. The surveyor marks left behind are known as benchmarks, and this Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey honors the pioneering spirit of these early American explorers. Wow, I didn't know that, and I tried to find my way around saying that name as many times as I could. It is written on here a whole lot more. So thank you again to Perry and the Brennickies for making this happen, making this dream come true. Yeah, just a little.
Just a wee nip.
So, just a little higher, 86 proof. Do we have an age statement on this one? I didn't see one. I'm just gonna put him back. I would assume it's at least 36 months. But, you know.
Not
what happens when you
on
assume.
the label, so we have to assume that it's 4.
Well, I mean, that's not much more. That's only 12 more months.
Yeah.
I would say they would make it at least 4 years.
I like that they went up 6 points, and they apparently went up a year. We can assume.
We can assume
that
safely it's a 4 year at least.
48 months. Not as corny.
Not as, yeah, definitely all that straight up corn forward is.
Smells like a proper bourbon.
It does. I'm kind of nervous about this. Age it up top for only 4 years, and that'll make it go faster. Like, how does that cool out?
Right.
Are we not?
Big Win 130 says, was able to purchase all 5 new benchmarks last week, opening them up as you do.
Go time.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's fun.
What fun. Ooh, now, the MSRP on these is something I don't know. Again, these are not available in our area. These are on loan, so I actually haven't seen them in the wild.
I want to say that they're all under $30.
They better be under $30.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are all keeping with the benchmark value.
Who can fact check that for us?
Yeah. What does a proper bourbon smell like, Chad? Ask Carl Ivy. A proper bourbon? I don't know. Call me old-fashioned. But I like my bourbons to start at 4 years.
I think when you say that, you're saying a nice balance of caramel and vanilla and those typical bourbon char wood notes, not just corn.
Overshadowed by corn, the grain, yeah.
No, it does come through sometimes, but I think you're just saying more of a classic note.
Yes.
If I may translate your Chad.
Always. Brian Bernicki saying the entire vertical was $99 out the door.
Which, honestly, though, could be fun if you've got a handful of friends. Again, non-COVID times, don't know what your pod situation is. I don't know what you're doing.
Your pod situation.
I'm just going to keep talking like everyone will one day do what they want. Again. But if you had 5 people and you got them together and you each pitched in $20, you could get all 5 of these. And you could do this lineup, and I'm sure each one of you would have a favorite or ones that you like better than the others, and maybe you could all go home with your favorite one.
So that would make them $20 or less each.
If you did it that way.
If you do all 5 for $100, they've got to be.
I don't know. Maybe you got a package deal.
Well, we're also Scott's saying 25 each. That might be a regional thing because Cletus is saying they're all under 20. So there you go.
I still get a lot of corn on this, but it's way more reined in, way more in the realm of normal corn.
Yeah.
I mean, it is made from corn, so it's going to happen, but
I kind of wish
top floor was $14.99. Really?
Wow.
I mean, for $15?
Now, of course, I'd plop down $3 or $4 more to get Wild Turkey 101 every day of the week. But
true.
That's still a pretty good value.
I mean, this ain't bad.
I wish we had brought up a
Evan Williams 1783?
Ancient Age.
Ancient Age.
In my head, Angel's Envy. I'm like, that's the wrong A's. Ancient Age. I wish we brought up an Ancient Age.
Think of the right A's, Chad.
To kind of, just to kind of compare it to.
That's fair. Well, maybe we'll have to do that.
Yeah.
At some point.
But this isn't bad, as you said. Not bad.
Yeah, it's nice.
The most expensive is a single barrel at $22.99. Says Brian Bernicki.
That is also not bad.
That's like Jim Beam pricing right there.
Wait, the single barrel's $22? What about the full proof? Is that also $22.99? Or is that one cheaper? I'm intrigued by all these things. All right, so do you want to save what's in here? Do you want to Move on to the next one?
No,
Go back at the end and say which one's our favorite?
Yeah.
Like the exercise I was just talking about?
Yes.
It's going to be in frame.
Is it? That one's not.
Well, I could have... Okay.
Well, can we put our glasses back there? Well, we can do them... We'll do them in order.
Yes, that's kind of how I was thinking about it.
If you want to put yours there.
Okay. I see what we're doing, organizational
Yes.
wise.
So left to right is what
Gotcha. Is that how reading is?
Okay. Benchmark.
Oh, and Tony just asked, how does it compare to Benchmark Classic? I would take the top floor over the Classic all day.
All day, twice on Sunday.
Yeah, sure. Today's Sunday, so
I don't want to do it twice.
Okay, fine.
Small batch. Select casks. 90 proof. We're up to 90.
Mm-hmm. I did put these in order by proof. I thought it was only fair.
Excellent.
Full proof is sub $20? Okay, well, I'm assuming that I'm going to like the highest proof most, which is so like me. That may not be the case.
I like, do you like the new sort of emblem?
I do like that. That's
Yeah, I don't know if it's on the, yeah, it's right here on the bottle.
It's pretty, they're keeping up with the times.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
Donald says, Jen and I, says Jen and I sitting here after a 7-hour drive home. Yikes.
Wow.
But the OBC was worth it, right?
Yeah, hope so.
Thanks for the shout out and the birthday wishes for Jen. Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, we're very excited about our presents. It's her birthday and we got presents.
I know.
That seems kind of messed up, but...
Brian providing further info on this. He said all prices from Cap and Cork Liquor in Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne, Indiana, right?
Trev is asking when these are supposed to hit everywhere. That is a great question. Again, we haven't seen them in our area yet. We tend to be the last ones to get stuff.
Right.
Sometimes.
And then
so
sometimes we're first, but...
If anyone has the inside scoop on the rollout plan for these, feel free to share.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Well,
so...
Damn, Ricky, I was high when I said that.
That didn't make sense. You can be second. You can be third.
Hell, you can be fifth.
Yeah.
Or what is it? Hell, you can be 10th.
How does it compare to Pappy? It's pretty similar. It's pretty close. Pretty close.
I was like, what are you talking about? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This one's got even a little more oak and char on the nose than the previous one.
Yeah. Gonna just survey. I wouldn't expect them to go back down to 36 months.
Oh, can I read the thing?
Sure. Distilled and aged, Buffalo Trace. Sometimes they'll be sneaky and they'll put it up here, but nothing up here. That's not bad.
I don't mind that.
That's not bad.
Again, if there were tailgating this year, I would take this. Because he said, I mean, if the most expensive one is $22, I can safely assume that this is probably $17. So it'd be right there. See, thing is, now I have to do this with the Evan Williams 1783 because this might be a little higher proof.
Yeah, it's 86 proof.
86, yeah. So this is just a hair higher, but I bet they're about the same price.
But we finally reached Ancient Age 90 proof.
We did. So we can try that too.
Yeah.
So this is, again, the small batch. Select barrels are chosen for this small batch Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey by our master distiller. The aroma of vanilla and oak gives way to delightful hints of caramel, leather, and honey. Well, I got the oak and the vanilla. I mean, obviously vanilla. I feel like vanilla goes without saying. It was fine.
Okay.
See, now this is the thing I think when people have to question, like, this says small batch on it. Compared to a regular batch of Benchmark, a small batch could be 2,000 barrels.
Could be.
If a regular batch of Benchmark is 4,000.
Yeah, it could be more.
Can you say batch of Benchmark?
Batch of Benchmark.
3 times fast.
Batch of Benchmark. James writes.
James says, finally carved out time to catch its Bourbon Night live instead of replay, enjoying and sipping along.
Well, thank you, James.
Thank you.
Glad that you are here in the present. Shh. In the now.
Don't be so aggressive to first-time live watchers.
Sorry.
Okay. I think this one, and again, it has just a little more brown sugar character that I like. A little more, just a tiny bit more depth. What you doing?
I'm looking at a thing.
He's looking at a thing.
Yeah.
Don't mind him. He's looking at a thing.
Boo, boo, boo. Boo, boo. Okay, just as I suspected.
Just as he suspected. Aha!
Aha! Yeah, I was... Dang on it, it's quit. Yeah, so this is their mash bill number 1. We should say that.
Hey, number 1.
Which Ancient Age is number 2. Hey,
Right.
number 2.
Hey, number 1.
So, Ancient Age, higher rye mash bill. This is their mash bill number 1, which is lower rye, 10% or less. So, maybe that's why we like Ancient Age. Or at least we think we like Ancient Age better.
We think.
We'll have to put it up. Put it in there, but yeah.
Charles wants to know if we're part of the Bastards Ball this year. We will be Skyping in?
Yes.
What's the word?
We will be making a
We'll be zooming on in.
video appearance. We actually have a barrel pick that day. I know some people are actually, of the Whiskey Tube community, are going there.
We are not going
to
there
be a part of the virtual thing. We are virtually coming in to be a part of the virtual thing.
Yes,
but
we will be virtual.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I will.
Totally
I will
excited.
miss going this
Yeah,
year,
I know,
but you can't win them all.
It would have been our third year going. Well, it's third year. We've
On
been
top
there
of
since
that,
the beginning.
castle is my happy place. So.
Yeah, that's true.
So sad.
It's true.
But it happens. I'm gonna set this aside.
Fine.
I think I like it better than the top floor.
I do.
Which is cool. I like that we seem to be, going up.
Yes.
Well, I feel like
We're
from
going
the
in the
original,
right direction.
you can only go up.
Yes.
All right, so now we shall go to the single barrel. And Kristen.
Hey, Kristen.
Let me get something in my glass,
Yes.
Kristen.
Let's get this in our glass.
I will read while you pour. Kristen says, vacationing in Beaufort, North Carolina with my husband, enjoying your life. Capping off our 20th anniversary trip, cracking open a bottle of Old Forester 1920.
Good choice.
For the 1920
Good choice.
20th anniversary.
Oh, that's perfect.
What a good choice. So good. Happy anniversary to you all. That deserves
It does, doesn't it?
a triangle cheers for Kristen and her husband on their 20th anniversary.
Cheers, guys.
You don't know how much I love that you picked 1920.
You mind if I read this one?
Ooh. Yes. No.
She kind of does. Single barrel.
This is different.
Only the best barrels are selected for this special Kentucky Straight Bourbon whiskey. While every barrel is unique, each reflects the utmost standard for the finest taste and most smooth finish with every pour. We were just talking about
Smooth.
the descriptor of smooth.
What does that mean
in our
to you?
uncorking episode, so look for that. 95 proof. It's a single barrel. They don't give you barrel information. I guess it's too, mass produced for that. But yeah, it looks like we are. We have left that 36-month age statement back at the 80 proof benchmark, and we're not looking back.
We're not looking back.
95 proof. So this would be, actually, this is 95.
Oh, that would be a good matchup.
Of course, I still haven't gotten
More expensive.
the confirmation that this is for sure going away, since there's that 108 proof, right? 108?
Yeah.
Single barrel Jim Beam now, but yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, why would they have two?
I don't know. Yeah,
That doesn't make
silly.
sense.
I'm liking it.
What is that note? It's a little more fruity. A little chocolatey.
But still, with the corn grain, I know that's kind of duh.
It is, but it's
like cornbread, cornmeal. It's cornier than the ones that have more rye in it. I know I'm just saying duh statements here.
Shocking.
I know.
The ones with the higher percentage of corn taste more like corn?
Yes.
Wow. Can you believe it?
You heard it here first, folks. It's Bourbon Night. I'm definitely, that's sort of a sticking point for me, though. I'm enjoying it. They keep getting better and better.
Well, again, keep in mind these are all sub $23. They're not meant to be the most
I know.
Like, profound bourbon discovery.
And now we've gone above the proof of your Buffalo Trace, $22, right?
So we're at
95. Buffalo Trace, 90 proof, same mash bill, but they're obviously picking those barrels for that flavor profile differently than this one. And I like that flavor profile better than this, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. This one, I like the first two that we had. I see that clear step up between the top floor and the small batch of liking the small batch better. But now with this one, I'm not so sure. I could feel the little extra bite of that higher proof. But I don't know that I like the flavor as well. I think the finish is a little better. So I think this is one I'll have to come back to.
Sure.
And say, and knowing that this one's the most expensive, too, like at $22.99.
It's more expensive than the full proof?
That's what I asked, and they said yes.
Crazy. Okay.
That this one, Brian said this was the most expensive out of all.
Okay.
And that the full proof was like $20.99 or something like that. I'm sorry, I can't remember all the numbers.
So many letters, numbers. I don't know. Things on screen.
Things.
Z-Man with $5 super chats.
Thank you.
Saying Z-Man. Thank you, Z-Man. Is it Z-Man?
Z-Man.
Is it a soft Z?
Like the, but like Z-Man.
Maybe he likes pizza.
Za. I feel like that would be Z-A.
It'd be, Z-A.
$3 more than the full proof. Wow. Okay. So this is the most expensive and it's $3 more than the full proof. So I'm not sure how I feel about this one yet. TBD. We'll wait 30 more minutes and find out.
It's got something that I'm just not.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's good. It's fine.
No, it's a single barrel. So, another single barrel could be.
Might be different.
A little different.
Sure. But I can think, like you said, for, a couple bucks less and to get 101 proof, I'll just take that Wild Turkey 101, please. Thanks.
True.
All right. Next, we go up to 100 proof for the Bonded.
Ooh, bottled and bond. So we know, now there's no question, this is 4 years, at least 4 years. It's 100 proof. It's obviously all from Buffalo Trace. That wasn't a question, but from the same distilling season of one distiller at one distillery, stored in a federally bonded warehouse. You don't see a lot of Buffalo Trace bottled and bond, except all of the E.H. Taylor.
Except for all of those. But outside of that.
Yeah. Outside of that. I don't see a whole lot of bonded.
It's okay. I was going to support you.
We can do.
They weren't going to. They were going to drag you for that one.
Oh, well, I don't blame them. Don't blame them.
We'll get this in our glass, and then we'll get those super chats. Thank you. I'll go ahead and do a triangle cheers for these.
Gotcha.
Turner says, hello from far western Kentucky. I will stick with Eagle Rare. I think that's fair enough.
Don't blame you. Don't blame you.
Just a little extra spend. Get that quality if you like it.
Yeah.
Cool. And Ruby Heart 921 says, in honor of my mom and dad's 68th wedding anniversary today, cheers. Cheers to them.
Cheers to your mom and dad.
68.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm just kidding. Can you even wrap your mind around 68 years? Like,
no.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
That's the time that I've been alive, doubled, plus some.
Well, I don't think we're going to make it to 68th anniversary.
Well, I think we waited too late.
Yeah.
Unless some upload technology is invented, and then maybe.
Yeah. So
it's possible. Okay, I see you. This one's got a little more spice to it. I mean, on the nose, it's giving me more spice notes. It's the same mash bill, so it's...
Hey, that is a world of difference in just 5 proof points. Wow. How you doing?
Ooh.
This is the first one where I'm like, you have my attention.
I'm liking this one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, y'all.
Yes.
This is the bonded.
Yes. Triangle cheers for Brian.
Brian
says, partaking in a glass of Wild Turkey 101 right now. Thanks for all of your content, and hello from Appleton, Wisconsin.
Appleton.
Hello.
You know who is named Appleton in TV?
I can't say that I do.
Cousin Larry Appleton. First person who names the sitcom, I will congratulate you. Cousin Larry Appleton.
You will win nothing.
Go. I will cheers you. It'll be a public cheers. No one saying anything.
No, because no. Well, I'm sure someone knows, but it'll take a second. You know, it always takes a second.
Okay.
So we'll just talk about something else in the meantime.
Yeah.
Perfect Strangers.
Yes.
Goes to Matthew Welch.
Matthew Welch.
And then a few
cheers
others.
You.
He
Perfect
was first.
Strangers. You know what I wish I could do?
What do you wish you could do, Chad?
Well, you all know that we're listening to the Fake Doctors, Real Friends, Scrubs rewatch podcast with Zach and Donald.
I assume you all know that.
Donald Faison is an excellent singer.
He is a good
and
singer.
he has the memory of theme songs.
He loves to sing.
Well, pretty much just any lyrics. It'll just come in conversation. He'll start singing it like a whole verse. And I wish I could do that. And I haven't heard him sing Perfect Strangers. If we ever get on there, I'm going to request that he sing Perfect Strangers.
I thought of a really good idea for how to get on, maybe.
Okay. What, emailing them?
Well, yes. One, we'd have to email them,
Yeah.
which we haven't done that yet. But I did think of a good idea. Instead of asking questions to them about the show, I thought, and again, spoilers, don't email them with our idea, please. But you could, I guess. You'd be taking away our joy, but I don't think any of you guys would do that. But we could ask them to play the Newlyweds game, but like with each other.
Ooh.
Because they've been friends for such a long time.
Yeah.
You know, you ask them questions about the other one and
I like it.
you see if they get it right or
I
not.
like it.
I think it would be because you're still asking them questions, but I think it would be a more fun way. And they love to dig at each other for like stuff that one of them did and the other one never watched. Like Remember the Titans. I don't know. I think
True.
I think it would be fun.
Agree.
Anyways,
That's a good idea.
So
That's a good idea.
we're fans of things too. I don't know.
There you go. So Z-Man giving us some clarification. Z-Man, a.k.a.
Zeminski?
Zeminski.
Is that how you say that? I don't know.
It's like Zelensky.
Zeminski. Is that right?
Zelensky.
I don't know.
Zelensky. Is that Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
I'm not sure.
I think it is.
I like the second one with the giant ant.
Yeah, he was in the first
That was the second one.
No, Giant Ant was in the first one. There might have been another giant ant. I mean, to them, it was
There
giant.
was Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, then Honey, I Shrunk the Kids with the giant ant.
Nope. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Are you sure?
100%. Sarah, I am older than you.
Don't patronize me, Chad.
Anyway, love your channel. Cooling off in Arizona at 102 degrees.
It's been hot out there.
Sipping Early Times Bottled and Bond. Cheers.
My brain is like abbreviations.
Processing, error. Thank you, Z-Man. And Don Nishida.
Dang,
ahead, Sarah.
giant ant was the first one. Damn it.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Don. Oh. One moment, please. I really thought it was the second one. Because it would make sense if they had the baby and then it grew up to be one of the kids and then they got shrunk.
Oh, no.
Because didn't they not have any other kids with the baby one? It was just the baby. What happened to the other kids?
Classic sitcom trope, even though it's a movie.
What happened to the kids?
When things get stale, you introduce a little kid.
Okay, whatever. Don.
Thank you, Don.
Don said, this year sucked enough and losing Chadwick Boseman makes me wish we just fast forwarded 2021 already. Cheers to a great actor and person and hopefully better times ahead.
You know what, Don?
So sad, dude.
I hope you can't blame us since we literally rushed up here from doing the uncorking and my brain, didn't have any time to think. I totally wanted to address that at the beginning of the show. Chadwick Boseman, a fellow Chadwick, and an amazing actor, an Avenger, Black Panther himself. Lost his battle with cancer. Very sad, and it sucks. Much like 2020.
Just sucks. Like,
yeah.
It's like, please don't kick us while we're down. I mean, you know, yeah.
To Chadwick Boseman.
It's been a lot of a year.
To his memory.
And apparently, Black Panther is on one of the normal stations. It's not NBC. Maybe it's ABC or
Disney,
CBS
it'd be
or
ABC.
NBC.
It'd be ABC.
ABC.
They own.
I think is playing
Disney
it
owns
either
ABC.
now or at 9. It may have started at 8, which
Yeah.
made me think like, do we want to move the live? Because I did kind of want to watch it.
Well, I think we have it on Blu-ray, but I hear you.
But well, then we should watch it.
Yeah. But yeah, cheers to Chadwick.
Yeah, and also what a fantastic
actor.
movie.
Yeah.
Like the whole
That's
the
good.
whole
And I
cast of
loved
that
him,
movie is so
yeah,
good.
and all the other in Civil War, and then in Infinity War and Endgame, and all that. He was just it was
He had a lot of good roles.
very good, very good.
You know, it's just hard to think about, like, not to get too off tangent or anything, but like that he was going through all that at the same time that he's going, filming
Being a
these movies.
superhero?
But like, think about just the toll that takes on your body, and not only having to get in shape to be a superhero, but also fighting against that.
Yeah.
Would be like incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
And that he didn't really, it seems like, didn't tell that
I
many
had
people.
no idea
Didn't really make it public, so.
that he was sick.
But, I mean,
crazy.
I guess it just goes to show you, like, you just really never know what someone else has going on.
Yeah.
And he put on that face for the whole world.
Wakanda
But, like,
forever.
Forever.
Wakanda forever.
I'm not going to lie to you, I'm glad that we had this one for that. This is my favorite one so far.
Me too. And if I drink any more, I'm going to have to fill it back up for the end.
I know, right? Mine's already almost gone. Whoops. I don't know that I'm going to need it now, though.
Okay, we've come to the full proof, which is 125 proof. So this would be barrel entry proof. Not exactly barrel strength. 125, like 1792 does. So this is barrel entry proof, full proof. Yeah. This Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey is bottled at the same proof that enters the barrel. Bold and robust, this 125 proof Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey unveils hints of chocolate, brown sugar, and spice. Sip and savor. And enjoy responsibly. So, okay, here we go. Hey, look, there's the least amount.
Perry did say, he was like, so there's the least amount of it left in the full proof, and just pay no attention to that. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
No.
Oh, Michelle Martin. I think she said they watched it last night. Wakanda Forever. Yeah. Gosh, I'm like, ugh.
Might need a little bit more for. Yep. There we go. 125 proof.
Cletus says Benchmark Bonded beat Early Times and Wilderness Trail in a blind match.
Wow.
I'm like, Perry, can we have these on loan for a few more days? I have some experiments. We need to do some blinds.
We need to do science.
We need science.
We need to do that science.
He might let us. We'll see. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to get it in our
Where's
area.
the nose? I don't really get. I feel like I got more on the bonded.
I agree. Oh, no, I got it that time. Went too far. Looked too far for it.
I mean, it's there. But, okay.
Trev wants to see that Perry pour in honor of Perry's generosity on these, and I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll wait for the end of the episode.
I don't know, yeah.
We could share a Perry pour.
Mm-hmm.
Perry pours are too intense for me. I just remember the first time. You only got to learn that lesson a couple of times where I was like, I love you, friend. Love you dearly. But you are no longer allowed to pour my bourbons.
And that became like a quickly learned rule. He would pass the bottle instead of pouring and then passing the glass.
I love the generosity. I was just like, oh no. It's just so...
I gotta go back and listen to the first podcast that we were on of his.
I was gone.
Because I know one of us had to have been like,
we walked to Wendy's after that.
dang. Dang, Jude.
I think we did tease him.
Yeah, I don't know if that was like the genesis of the term or not.
Kind of mean. I'm pretty sure. I stand by that I came up with it.
Okay. I can't remember. John Wadsworth, happy birthday to the father of fellow viewer at Hollis Armstrong, and a big thanks to his service to our country. Cheers. Okay, I think I saw a little bit of this in the chat earlier, but you know how the chat goes so quickly, and I didn't know exactly what was going on. Absolutely. Thank you. Happy birthday to your father, and thank you for your service to the country. Absolutely. Cowbell cheers to you. Thank you very much.
And a foolproof benchmark to celebrate. Roy is asking, Rory, there's an extra R in there
Rory?
that my eyeballs did not register. What is a good bourbon for a newbie? We go on this, I mean, honestly, I really do feel like Woodford is a good option.
Yes.
I think Woodford might honestly, though, be your second step.
Yes.
Or like a half step,
a
baby
step. I feel
step.
like it's a little step up. I think the Evan Williams 1783 is a great start. I feel like harder to get, but I feel like Blanton's is a smooth start. 93, so you're getting the flavor. You know, I don't think we recommend anything that's 80 proof. That's why we don't say Basil Hayden's, right?
Right.
It's 80 proof, and a lot of people say Basil Hayden's.
A lot of people would say that, but it's more expensive.
It's more expensive. It's 80 proof. I feel like if you're going to find out if you like bourbon, and
I'm
again,
gonna give you
nothing against 80 proof bourbons or anything against Basil Hayden's, but I feel like you need to go 86 starting. So that's why I said like the Evan Williams 1783.
agree. I think if you go 80, that's fine, and that's up to you, but I agree with you. I think 86 is the place to start, and I do think less is more. I think your first time, around with it. Don't spend $50 on a bottle.
No.
Your first bottle. You might not. When you pay for a $50 bottle, you're paying for, hopefully, some personality in there, which you don't know what personality you like. You don't know what you like.
Mirror personality is. Like, Wild Turkey 101, you hear us talking about all the time. You might go buy a bottle of that and be like, whoa. Because that's how we were when we first tried it.
Don't do that.
We hadn't develop that personality that lined up with Wild Turkey 101. So Woodford, you're right, because it's more of a not really jutting out too crazily on the flavor wheel, or supposedly, as they say.
I really like Brian's suggestion here, which is get the mini bottles and try what you want. If you can find, I know we've got a mini Larceny, Buffalo Trace, and I think they make mini Woodfords. Like, you could do a Maker's. Although we put all those ones on our tree.
Even if you can't find a 50 ml, which is an airplane bottle, get a 200 milliliter.
Sure.
Now, sometimes they're almost as expensive as a
That's why I'm saying, like,
bottle,
the airplane bottles. Because then at least you can set up a tasting. You could even do a blind tasting. And that way you can kind of figure out.
You could spend $6 and get a 50 ml of Knob Creek small batch, which would be 100 proof, which is
it's a little high
too
for
high.
a beginner.
But for $6, you might as well dive in and see what you think.
Yeah, you could. I mean, for $30, you could get a handful of airplane bottles of varying proofs and whatever, and get a little sampling going.
I wouldn't recommend just getting the Knob Creek. I would recommend getting all those others that you said. Yeah. But if you're grabbing and you see it, might as well grab it. Try it last. Try it last. Yeah, small batch.
I think Woodford is like the second step though. Like for me, if I could go back, my very first thing was just Evan Williams Black Label. I think if it had been the Evan Williams 1783, things would have gone maybe a little more smooth for me.
Well, at least it's 86 proof, the Black Label.
Yeah, but I was like,
it's better than
the Coke at?
better than Beam White Label, which is probably what I started with.
Yeah.
No, well, I did some Black Label Evan Williams as well.
I think Evan Williams is a good place to start.
Yeah.
And then go to Woodford because it's a little step up in proof, but it keeps that flavor profile centered. And then from there, you can kind of go. I would recommend bottled and bonds and stuff like that.
For sure.
Yeah. Jeff Winbush.
Jeff Winbush.
We missed you and Greer, but Jeff first. Can we agree that 2020 sucks? Rest in power, Chadwick. Yes, I agree with your full statement 100%. Can it
100% on board with that statement.
I know that everyone feels this way, but it's like March was last week and also 5 years ago. Like, it's already going to be September, and I'm honestly like, March feels like yesterday, but also, can this be over with now?
Yeah.
Can we get out of this year?
Yeah.
Not that January 1st, 2021 is going to make a huge difference, but like, I'm ready to be done with 2020. Yeah. I need a fresh start mentally. So,
same.
Completely agree with you, Jeff.
Todd Cooper's heading out. I don't know if he's already headed out.
He's already gone.
Bye-bye, Todd Cooper. Getting here late is Clifton, Bourbon Bites.
Bourbon Bites.
Another great channel here on YouTube. Check him out and give him a sub.
We need to send him a little note.
We do. Greer saying big cheers to Chadwick Boseman's memory.
I did the cheers. I already did. Well, I'm going to drink again, but.
So I got to say, right off the bat, out of the gate, this is my favorite. Without doing side-by-side and all that noise, I feel like my second favorite would be the Bonded.
I'm not sure that this is my favorite.
Really?
I think overall, I might like the Bonded the best. This is good, but it reminds me of the Bonded, but it's just higher proof. It burns more at the end. And I don't know.
I think it has a better mouthfeel.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, see, this is the Bonded right here. So we could grab our respective glass and...
That's the Bonded?
Yeah.
This is the Bonded.
No, it was single barrel.
Nope. This is a single barrel. Single barrel Bonded.
You're right.
I wasn't right about the giant ant, but I am right about this. So.
She was not right about that giant ant, everybody.
I was not.
Just remember that.
Clifton, Bourbon Bites says, the Brennickys are bringing these to Vegas for me to try next week. I'm so excited to try and hang out with them. Cheers.
That's awesome.
You guys will have fun trying these.
They are the Brennickys are the bringers of the benchmark. It's so many bees.
Love the alliteration.
Brian Brennicky. Sorry, Tammy, your name starts with a T. Brian Brennicky brings the benchmark.
Don't do the cheek thing again.
Bubble bath.
I've had enough today.
What if we're getting a bubble bath?
I do. I'll only accept it when Maya Rudolph does it.
And a bubble bath.
Okay.
All right. Well, grab your Bonded here.
I will.
And have it on your left, please, because that's how I'm doing it. Bonded. We're going in proof left to right. Bonded. Single. Nope, sorry. Foolproof.
Foolproof. Bonded.
All right. I'm going back to the Bonded since I've been having the foolproof. Trevel's putting a link there to Bourbon Bites, to Clifton.
Go check him out.
Clifton's channel there. Check it out. We were on one of his lives not too long ago.
Yeah. Sorry. It feels like I'm like, when? My brain had to scan like
2020.
when?
It was in 2020.
But honestly, if you told me that was in April, I would believe you. If you told me it was last month, I would believe you too. I don't really know time-wise.
Yeah.
When am I?
True. The Bonded has a definite finish that's unlike any of the others. It's a little tobacco smoky, which ain't bad.
No, I like it. There's a little lightness in there.
But that's a good proof. That's a good proof. And it's got, oddly, it has a different type of kick than the foolproof, but it's got a kick. It's got a dancing heat across the tongue that I feel.
I was just picture the bourbon like.
Let's all go to your tongue. Let's all go to your tongue. I feel like the foolproof almost like soaks into the tongue, and the Bonded kind of stays on top, doing this motion.
Yeah. I see you. I see what you're saying. This is hard. It's hard for me to deny the proof of the foolproof, which is
this one. The
125.
The foolproof is more silky. It does have a better mouthfeel. It's more viscous, and it's sort of like more of a honey type of feeling. But for a 25 proof point difference, gotta give it up to the Bonded.
Right?
Talk about the MVP.
It's holding its own, yes. Like, I don't know what the price on this one is either. Can you provide us with the price on the...
One more time, please.
On the foolproof versus the Bonded, please.
Yes.
Thank you. If you're still here. If not, maybe someone can Google. I think he's here. I thought I just saw. Yeah, he's right there. He said you bought a second foolproof and Bonded, passed on the others. I see why.
I see you.
I agree with you. And I'm glad we didn't know that until just now, because I'm glad we arrived at the same conclusion.
Adam is saying, if the bottled and bond is the best, do you think the others are still 36-month-old bourbon?
I think they're all 4.
According to the label, if it's under 4 years, by law, they have to put the age. And none of them, except the OG benchmark, had a age statement.
This is $19.99. This is $17.99. $17.99 for the bonded, $19.99 for the full proof. Which, like...
I would have expected more than $2 for a 25-point jump.
Am I crazy? What is another full proof? Well, 125 proof. Under $20. It's $20, but with tax it's over. But, okay, I can't think of anything that's $20 full proof bourbon.
Mm-mm.
At all.
Mm-mm.
So, I think if you are the person who's like, should I step up to full proof? Am I ready from something like, well, it's a longer bourbon journey. You got to step up at some point.
Yeah.
But most of these things, again, I always use Booker's as the example, but you're going to get that 126 to 128, sometimes 130 proof, 1792 full proof, but those are going to be more expensive.
That's $45.
For 1792?
Retail, yeah.
Still, that's over double what this one costs.
Yeah.
You might as well try this one first. See if you like that. Get used to that.
We need to do a flight fight. So we need 2 other suggestions that
we
are
need to be taking notes.
The 125. Well, this is being recorded.
I guess.
That are in the 125 proof range. So we've got 1792 full proof, 125 proof. Benchmark full proof, 125 proof. Help us out here.
What else is 125 proof?
I mean, we could do a 120, as close as we can find a 125 Booker's.
We could.
Help.
What are we not thinking of?
Blatant straight from the barrel could be around 125. The one we have is 130 though.
Knob Creek's all 120, so that's out.
Yep.
Think. I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head.
There's got to be an Elijah Craig barrel proof that's close to 125. So we could do that.
Joe says full proof is $18.99 and bonded is $16.99, so a dollar less than where Brian and Tammy got it from.
I'm interested to see what the Kentucky prices are going to be.
Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B519.
We've got that.
Elijah Craig Grenades are $125.
That's
right. A great call. Wow. Ooh, Austin boom. For the win.
Austin for the win. He gets a bottle. Cheers.
Dave says Woodford Batch Proof is 123.6. Yeah, that's close.
Mm-hmm.
Devin saying I'd rather take flavor over proof. I agree with you. All I'm saying is that you couldn't go wrong with either of these.
Mm-hmm.
I think they both have good flavor. It's just different. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little different. They're in the same family.
Yeah.
But for the fact that you could have both of these, and again, math, for under $40 is good, I think.
I like to keep it, Michelle's saying larceny. I would like to keep it non-wheated. So
just
we could
so
give
that
it with a rye in there.
Because sometimes those will be like, hi, I'm wheated.
The Elijah Craig Grenade,
that's a good call.
That is exactly 125. So there's 3 that are exactly 125. And I feel like
there's got to be a 4th.
There's got to be a Elijah Craig barrel proof. Well, no, we can't do that because of grenade. Okay. What are we not thinking of?
I don't know.
Beam.
Stag Junior at 125. We could probably find one around there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we would have Buffalo Trace with this,
and then Buffalo Trace with the Stag.
Oh, true. Okay, let's go the other
Heaven Hill
with the Elijah Craig. Sazerac with the full proof.
That's
Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo
I mean,
Trace.
They're both Sazerac.
I need to stand up.
Why? Okay. There he goes. I don't know. Clifton thinks that Knob Creek at 120 is close enough.
Close enough.
It's close enough. I think we can find a Booker's.
I think we can find a Booker's.
That's 125 point something. So minuscule. At that level, a point something isn't going to make a difference.
Is there a wooden bill that's... I feel
that's
like
a Joseph Brazo question.
122 is about as high as I've seen in a wooden bill.
I feel like you're either at the low end of the 120s or you're like 128.
Yeah.
It's hard to be in the middle.
It's hard out here for a barrel proof.
For a barrel proof, right? All right. So, final verdict.
Tough. Tough.
This bonded really does hold its own, though.
It really does.
I mean...
It's a nice little tea note.
Yeah, it's really great. I'm shocked that I like this so much. Again, need to see how it does in a blind because this is in comparison to the single barrel small batch and top floor and the original.
Clifton's saying the 2019-01 Teresa's batch is 129 or 125.9.
And that's not too long ago.
Right.
So it would be findable.
Joseph Brazo is saying he has a Knob Creek 25th anniversary that's 124. I think the highest we have, ours is like 122.3.
We'll have to check. I don't know. 1792 Full Proof is on the list. So.
Yeah. 1792 Full Proof.
Beaten Biscuits is 126. That's later in 2019, so that could work.
True, Beaten Biscuits.
You would really like it to be 125 on the dot, though. I can see it in your face.
Yeah. Like Beaten Biscuits.
Well,
Country Ham 124.7.
That's
the closest. Ooh, I like that. Booker's Country Ham. 2019-03. Yeah, it was ham then biscuits, right?
Ham then biscuits.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, well, let's marinate on this.
I mean, we're gonna quibble over 0.3 proof.
We're not. Someone on the comments is gonna quibble.
You should have done, and they'll name some obscure bourbon that we've never heard of.
From like
exactly
some weird little region, yeah.
Which is fine.
Totally fine.
We're great to have that. We're glad to have that knowledge.
Are you?
No.
All right. Okay, so we'll figure it out. But there's another idea for a flight fight. We can throw the bonded in a flight fight. We can do the foolproof flight fight with some other things.
We still need to do that Knob Creek. 9, 12, 15, and a pick.
We owe you guys a lot of content, and Bourbon Heritage Month feels like the time to deliver.
And I feel like we need to do a Buffalo Trace.
A
Buffalo Trace mash bill number 2 single barrel flight fight.
Who doesn't want to see Blanton's versus Elmer versus Rockhill versus Hancock's?
I know I do, Sarah.
I think someone out there is going to be like, I don't want to see it because I'll never get those things. And I'm like,
that's true.
Fair. Okay, maybe you skip that one then.
True. Trev.
Sounds about time for a Perry pour. Just poured one myself.
How about this? How about we suicide everything left? That should equal a Perry pour. 1 Perry pour.
Okay. But what if I want something different?
Then you should get something different.
Okay, I want something different.
Okay. Surprise us, Sarah.
Well...
What is she going to get for this Perry pour?
It won't be... what am I going to get? Oh, wow, I looked over there at the bar carts right behind us.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have any, Scott Pigsley said I'd watch that shit.
Country Ham is very peanutty.
Well. But have you had 2020-01?
Oh.
Okay, yeah, what I want's not back there.
They're asking for the Nixon.
Oh, my body.
Yeah, Trev is claiming that he got us into extra innings.
He did it. It was Trev. Oh my gosh. So, just a little side note. My body feels like... I saw a meme today on Instagram that was like, something like, yeah, I know I'm only 30 years old, but I'm living in the body of a 97-year-old or something like that. And that's honestly how I feel.
Oh, jeez.
But I was painting kitchen cabinets, which if anyone...
Talk to me when you're 97 years old.
If it feels worse than this, I don't think I'm going to make it. If anyone's ever painted kitchen cabinets, then
I'll be
you know where I'm at. Yeah. About that. You know what? I'll make sure you get on the back of one of those jelly jars. Huh? Will that make you happy?
Wait,
there you go.
jelly jar?
Yeah, Smucker's or whatever does the old people on the back of their jars. They feature like the oldest people.
I just want Al Roker to be like, today we're celebrating, because he'll be like 200.
So I have a tiny bit of this Bourbon Women Series 8 Old Forester, or not Old Forester. I read OESF. I saw the O and the F and said Old Forester. This is 4 Roses. I've been drinking. I got my Bourbon Women shirt on. I did the Bourbon Women summer
Symposium.
Sip series.
Sip series.
Sip summer series.
Sip summer series.
Last week with Peggy, which was great. And Fred was there too. And yeah, so I have this little bit left of this Four Roses. I almost said it again. Four Roses single barrel strength, and this is from 2016.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we held on to that one for a while before we cracked it open.
It is one of my favorite.
It's
Four Roses single barrels.
Delish.
And I'm gonna be really sad when it's gone, but it's so low now that I gotta do it. So.
Yeah.
Is that a Perry pour? Does that count?
It's Perry-ish.
Is this Perry pour-ish enough for you?
It's a Perry pour-ish.
For you, Trev, is this good? This is way more than what I normally pour.
I mean, of a 100 and... Oh, I hate how they make you do math. 104.6.
Is it 104?
No, it's more than that. 114.
62? No.
100. Yeah.
124.3.
124.3.
Is this okay?
Math is hard.
Is this okay with you, Trev?
124.3. That could have been in our flight. Ugh.
It couldn't. It was a pick. All right. I'm going to say he's accepting.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I've got one pour
He's
left.
unhappy about it.
He's not happy.
Yeah.
Perry would say, is it at least... It's 2 fingers. It's not 3, which is... I feel like it's got to go above the bulb to be
Oh my God.
officially qualify as a Perry pour. No, I hope he knows how much we love him. I gotta pick on him.
That would be
He's
so
my little baby
nuts.
who's about to have a little baby.
Babies having babies.
Babies having babies.
Babies having babies, everybody.
No,
crazy.
I'm really excited for him. I definitely gave him a Schitt's Creek inspired onesie for his baby.
I'm glad to have seen so many mods in here. We had Carl the Legend Ivy. I saw Jose here earlier. I'm not sure if he's still around, but I saw Jose, Nutty Squad team leader. Of course, Captain Trev Wilson is here.
Did you say Carl?
Yeah, Carl the Legend Ivy is the first one I
That
said.
was the first one you said. I forgot. It was so long ago. I don't think I need this Perry pour.
I mean, I will help you with that Perry pour.
Oh, what a nice guy.
Yeah.
That's going to be best.
Oh. Should have said this top of the show.
What did you do?
Nothing. I just wanted to tell everybody about our article at the Whiskey Wash.
The Whiskey Wash.
Yeah. So go check it out. If you follow us on Instagram, we just posted about it today, although it was posted a couple days ago. But yeah, nice little conversation there with Nino, and you should go check it out. It talks a lot about how the channel got started and our relationship, its various stages, and all that stuff. So it's a good article. I
did like the last question because it's been not that long since we did it, but again, my sense of time is all messed up.
Sure.
So we did it maybe a month ago or something, and I do remember him asking the desert island question, which
and your answer was just, I have questions.
I wanted to
What are all these
qualify the question.
qualifiers?
Yeah, because that's me. I need to know the parameters in which this question is operating.
We don't want to look silly.
No. If someone says to you, what if you're going to be stranded on a desert island for the rest of your life, what bourbon are you going to take with you? Okay, my question is going to be, do I get to choose, do I get to walk into a store and pick, are you going to kidnap me and drop me there? Or is this magic? Are we living in a magic time when I can have anything ever? And I have to assume we're living in reality, so...
Do I have a week to, research?
Do I have research time, or is this immediate? Is this, within the realm of things that I can personally afford to spend all the money that I have left on? Or is this just anything in your wildest dreams, whatever you can imagine? Are we living in a magic time or no? And then it's well, okay, then my next question is, will this bourbon automatically replenish itself? Every time this bottle's empty, it just fills back up.
Can I wish for more wishes?
Is it magic? Or do I have one bottle for the rest of my life? Because if I'm going to do that, I want something really high proof that I can cut down if I want to and make it last over a longer period of time.
I love how you said, am I going to be making cocktails with it? I'm like, yeah.
I could make a coconut cocktail with some pineapples.
Totally. Little pineapple shaker.
Little pineapple shaker. Yeah. I could put stuff in there.
Yeah, you could poke little holes in a leaf and make it as a strainer.
I could do whatever I want. There's papaya and stuff. I could make fun island drinks.
Yeah, but to see our answers... go read that article if you haven't already.
Yeah, probably Wild Turkey 101. And I was like, okay, but will it replenish itself? Okay, but do I have to spend my money on this? Or is this just a magic bottle that appears?
I was thinking, I can buy that in a 175. So I was going for like, I want to do that middle street of quantity and quality, and I feel like Wild Turkey 101 is one of the most quality things that you can get in a 175.
And it would be good to start fires and all kinds of things that
Here's
you need.
an interesting question. Do they still sell Weller Antique and Weller 12 in 175s now with the popularity up? Because I know they used to, obviously. We have some. We have a 175 of Special Reserve 107.
They've got to.
But they went to cork, right? And you can't do a cork in a 175, right?
Why not?
Or can you?
Well, who made that rule?
I know there's 175s of Larceny. Is that a big ass cork?
Clifton says, take the whole barrel. But do you guys see what I'm saying? If the bottle magically replenishes itself, you have an unlimited supply of X, then you don't need to worry about if it's a 175 or not.
No one
said
you were getting X. We're talking about bourbon. And then in what world...
Oh my gosh.
Is your bottle refilling itself? This is a desert island, not your fantasy of refilling bottles. That's crazy talk. You crazy.
How did I magically just poof end up on a desert island?
You were kidnapped.
Okay, so then how come I have time to go to the store and buy a bottle?
Because they're not animals.
So I get one bottle for the rest of my life.
That's the rule.
Well then, so in that case, I would empty my bank account, go down to Justin's, pick up whatever the highest proof, most rare thing that I know is good, like some...
That you know is good. That's
some
the thing.
old turkey or something like that.
Ooh, okay.
And then I would take whatever's highest proof, but I also know it's good. And I would take that with me. Because it's only going to be for special occasions, but once you've opened it, how many years before it goes bad, too?
Ooh, yeah, I would want to take some smaller bottles.
Why is all the rum gone, Chad?
So I could transfer it to smaller bottles. So there'd be less oxidation.
Joseph Brazo said, it's a desert island. Sand, and nothing else. And I have to say, if you guys have ever played The Ravine, which is a game that I highly recommend, that reminds me of the cards when you flip for the night cards.
Right.
And it says something about, like, the weather event.
And then Glenn and Kathy Golf Whiskey saying, oh, that was for both. Okay.
That was for both.
Okay. Got a Four Roses Single Barrel Select 10-year OESV Brent Elliott pick. We love Brent.
Yum.
Going to open it next week for the Kentucky Derby. That sounds like a great
the roses.
time
what
to
a
do
good
it.
idea
Run
for
the Four Roses.
Someone asked me the other day, like, are you doing anything for Derby? And I was like, what? What do you mean?
That was back in May. Oh, wait. No, it wasn't.
Well, I'm like, no. I could see us sitting outside.
Are you going to buy a big hat?
No.
Okay.
I could see us sitting outside, maybe like streaming it on our phone and watching it out there, but...
What if it was a desert island?
Ooh, a desert island? Then what pairs the best with it? I'd have to get Peggy's input. Nick says it's an endless bottle because it's a hypothetical situation.
Oh, okay.
And I agree with that. It's a hypothetical, like when people say you're going to be stranded on the desert island and you can only take 3 things with you, what would they be? One of my answers is always chapstick. Because I'm assuming that it will just be forever and there is
sunscreen.
Well, yeah, sunscreen would be great too. But chapstick is amazing. Personally, I believe that. It's not chapstick brand, but you know what I mean.
Lip balm.
When you say Kleenex, lip balm.
Lip balm.
Yes, lip balm.
Yes.
Because it's just so satisfying. Like, I think if my lips were cracked, I would be unhappy no matter what.
I don't like putting on chapstick because I don't like the feeling afterwards. It's the fragrance.
I don't understand that
I
at
don't like
all.
it.
I don't understand that at all.
I don't like it.
Sunscreen can double as a chapstick, save an item. That's a great call, Clifton.
Yeah.
And rope. A knife would be good.
Mm-hmm. True.
Fishing.
I can't drink
cutting
any of those
ropes.
things.
Doing all those things. A knife and maybe a pot or a pan.
So you also...
You're going to need to boil water.
In the article, you went into like, am I going to be using this bourbon to clean wounds? I'm like, that's not what he was thinking when he asked the question.
I'm just trying to... Okay, I am very organized and try to be prepared. Okay, so I do not accept this like we're just going. I can't. I cannot get in
So in the future, if there's ever an article part 2, he will say, all right, what's your desert island? Parentheses, you cannot ask any qualifying questions.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Where was this question? Wait, I liked it. I saw it and now it's gone. Oh, and someone said a boat.
Yeah, I would take a cell phone to call for help.
Cool62 Chef said a boat. And I'm like, wow, that's a really good answer.
So you could say I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat.
Yeah. Anyways, that was my favorite part of reading that back because I was like, wow, I really did a number on that question.
Yeah.
You knew what you were getting into.
Well.
You didn't?
Mostly. I didn't know the desert island clause. But besides that, yeah.
That is probably the worst question you can ask me. Well, it's like when someone says, what's your favorite movie? I'm like, what's my favorite movie of my teen years, of the 90s?
So many qualifiers.
Horror genre, international. Like, what are we talking about? I don't have...
That was horror genre again.
I do not have a favorite movie.
Speaking of that, what about Crooktail saying, what is your desert island disc? The one record you'd take.
Can it be a greatest hits album? No.
That's a record.
I mean, I'm going to be the person, like, this is so stereotypical, but I'm going to say Rumors.
Fleetwood Mac.
They know what Rumors is. I can put that record on over and over again, and it's still every time. But the reason why I asked about the greatest hits one is because my most favorite song isn't actually on that album by them, but it's the album with the most. I could just like every song. You're like, yep, yep. What about you?
That's tough.
I have two guesses in my head.
Enema of the State.
And that is
Blink-182.
I was gonna say it's either Green Day or Blink-182.
Dookie. Could be Dookie.
That was my second guess.
Dookie or Enema of the State.
Those were literally my two guesses. I know you well. But you knew I was gonna say Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
I should have shouted what you were gonna say. But you would have said something else just to spite me.
Oh, sure. Would have said Foo Fighters self-titled. Something like that. Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, you would be tired of hearing the same songs all the time. I think the best part would be, though, if you take an album or a CD or do you even listen to CDs anymore? What would you get? An iPod?
A very small iPod. It only had enough for one album.
I can't think of any recent, albums that have so many, where every track is amazing. And that's why I picked Rumors.
Where they're all just fire?
Right, where they're all just fire. And that's why I picked Rumors. Okay. Because I'm going to have to listen to... Oh, Weezer is a good call, though. Because you're going to have to listen to it over and over again for forever. And the nice thing about Fleetwood Mac is, sometimes Stevie sings. Sometimes Christine sings. Sometimes they all sing. So you get a little bit of a different vibe.
True.
I don't know.
Weezer, that's a good one. Every song on that album.
Which album? The Blue Album?
The Blue Album.
Yeah, of course we're thinking of the Blue Album.
Yeah.
Joseph Brazo says that first Foo Fighters album where it was just Dave Grohl and no Foo Fighters.
That's the self-titled. That's or Ray Gun is what they call it because it had the Ray Gun on the. Yeah, I bought that secondhand at a secondhand CD store. I remember because I'm like, Foo Fighters. That's a stupid name. I'll try it out.
They fight foos.
They fight foos. And I was like, oh, these guys are great. And it was all that was all Dave. Every instrument, him. And then second album, Color and the Shape, they had another drummer. I don't think it was Taylor yet. Taylor was still with Alanis Morissette touring. And
that would have been fun.
Dave went back and re-recorded maybe all of the drums, if not most of the drums on that album.
Okay. This is why we need to do Branching Out with Chad and Sarah, because we've spent probably the last 15 minutes talking about these things, which is great. I'm having so much fun.
Well, we would need the chat with us, though. We would have to be like, okay, we're recording a podcast, but we're going to go on YouTube so people will give us things to talk about.
I think the Branching Out would be a podcast only, but people could submit.
Well, I know.
People could submit things that they want to hear us talk about, and then we could just record a podcast.
Yeah.
And then maybe we do a special caller. Or we do leave a message or something like that. Yeah. I think we can find lots of fun things to talk about. I mean, we've been talking about a lot of pop culture things. So
that's kind of been
this desert island thing.
Line.
I mean, this is something I think about a lot, and it really has got me hung up. So my anxiety level is high, knowing the answers to the parameters.
If you never get deserted on a desert island, then all this planning is going to be for naught.
Okay, but sometimes you have to have a plan just to feel better about something, though. Like, we're probably not going to get evacuated from our home, but you probably have a go bag.
Sure. Yeah.
Because...
Like, which one of these people are we going to go knock on their door and be like, can we crash here tonight? We brought bourbon. They'd let us in.
See, the part of the go bag would be a bourbon. Because where would you...
Like, a really nice bourbon.
Right? I'm just saying.
William Heaven Hill Purple Label.
Purple.
Be like, can we come in?
They couldn't say no. They couldn't say no.
Come on in.
Ooh, someone said Rush. Brett said Rush. I do really like some
2112, yeah.
Gosh. Have the drums ever been better? I just don't know.
Well, depends on your style.
Depends on who you ask.
There is Travis Barker out there. He is an amazing drummer.
All right.
I don't want to get into
Devin says Sarah's Desert Island is Chad's Nixon. You don't want to talk to me. You were just like, stop. Fair. What dessert do you bring to a desert island?
Ice cream. Not even hard.
Because you could make shakes and... Well, could you? You don't
Well,
have a
it would
blender.
cool you. Ice cream is always amazing. You never get tired of ice cream. Never. It's ice
How
cream.
will you keep it cold?
See? Oh. Okay.
That's enough.
I think that killed the mood. Killed the fun time everyone was having.
Oh, I mean, I'm sorry.
Captain Buzzkill over here.
But Captain Buzzkill.
Well, buzzed
Kill.
Buzzed Lightyear over here.
What a good Halloween costume idea. Buzzed Lightyear. Just wear...
Walk around drunk?
You get drunk, and then you're Buzzed Lightyear.
Buzzed Lightyear.
Too bad there won't be any Halloween parties this year.
Never again.
I want to be it for the thing, but I won't be able
For the thing.
For the Halloween flight,
Gotcha.
or whatever we do.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
all right.
Okay. This has been Benchmark.
And other things.
And random musings of Chad and Sarah. Cool. We will see you guys next when it's Bourbon Heritage Month, one of our favorite months. It's actually going to be our anniversary, our wedding anniversary month.
Has it been a year already?
It's getting there. Yep, that'll be happening towards the end of September. So if you need our mailing address, we'll provide that for gifts. And I'm kidding.
No one said you gifts for your anniversary.
What?
You're not gonna. You're supposed to give the gifts, and
who?
I'm supposed to give the gifts.
Okay. We'll do that then. Fine. Great hanging out with you guys on another wonderful Sunday. Stay safe and healthy out there. And
go watch Black Panther.
Go watch Black Panther.
Because
Wakanda
that's what I'm
forever.
going to do. Yeah.
Finish up this Perry Pour in Wakanda.
Yep.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Sure.
All right. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.